I'm Katie O'Reilly, and welcome to KTO's Food Carnival. This is me in my kitchen for New Year's Eve Good Fortune Bites. All right, this is so exciting. I'm my featured guest, and you're my guest in my kitchen because I am going to show you 10 different items that have been culturally significant and identified as bringing you good fortune if you eat them on New Year's Eve. I am going to take some of these ingredients that are a little bit out there and mix them and give you suggestions, because New Year's Eve is a great time to get together, whether it's just you and another, whether it's you at a party, whether it's you hosting friends, whether it's just you and your friends and your kids and your family. Either way, you want to have some sort of significant celebration and eat some good luck foods. It's a great time to do that. There's always so much new hope that comes with a new year. We have hopes and dreams for prosperity and love and new jobs and new friends and new circumstances. Whatever it may be, we look forward to new hopes and dreams and opportunities, and fortune is part of that. So good luck goes with that. So let's recognize and identify what these items are so we can further enhance our opportunities for good luck. It's super fun. Now, some of these ingredients I'm going to tell you, you're like, at first, whoa, I don't know if I'm going to do that. But like I said, I'm going to show you some tricks of the trade that are going to absolutely make it delicious and beautiful and fun, even if you have a huge party going on around you and you're servicing everybody. So we're going to welcome you into the kitchen. Now, this is my kitchen. I'm going to actually be showing you where I do all my experimentation and development, because this is my real world. So welcome to my kitchen. And I, of course, will be walking you through the steps, but with questions, you can always email me at katie@ktofoodcarnival.com. I enjoy the conversations and the correspondence. And so feel free at any time to reach out. Let's have conversation. And this is going to be fun. Welcome to my kitchen. Here I am with the top 10 most popular food for good fortune on New Year's Eve bites. And some of these ingredients are culturally centuries old. So there's some tradition and some story behind it, and I'm going to represent a little bit of that. But most importantly, what I'm really going to do is take these items and create some delicious bites so you and your friends can not only have the good fortune, but have some really delicious food. So let's get started. Some of them I'm going to combine because the ingredients commingle, but let's start with the pomegranate. In Turkey, the pomegranate, because of its round nature, is considered abundant. Round represents abundant because it looks like a coin. So that's culturally across the board. You're going to see a lot of that. It's really fun. But this also represents, and look at the inside of a pomegranate. It's like blood. So it represents the heart and family and love and good times. So we want to eat the pomegranate. Now, the pomegranate comes out in seeds. I wanted to show you because it's not the easiest ingredient to work with. So what I've done is I've also combined it with number 2, which is either an orange, a tangerine, or a grapefruit, all being round, all being sweet and plentiful at this time of year. So once again, abundance, sweetness, good life, good luck, all those wonderful things. So this is a great one. So what have I done here? And our green leafy vegetables. Anything green and leafy, feel free to use it. It represents money. I mean, straight up money. So use it in every form. You're going to see it in a lot of different ways here. So I've decided that if we take our green leafy vegetables and we make a nice, beautiful salad, and we combine it with orange and grapefruit segments as such, little pomegranate kernel, I've done a little fennel, and my favorite, and this is my little good fortune, is I've done lobster medallions. I love this salad. I'm serving it with a champagne vinegar citrus vinaigrette, and it's fabulous. Now let me show you a little trick with this lobster tail, because I am bringing it in the kitchen. I want to show you something that I was taught a long time ago that is really super unique. So let's say you have a whole lobster tail. Okay, this had been previously frozen. So what I don't want to do is just stick it in boiling water because that's going to take the rest of the remaining flavor. It's already been frozen. It's not fresh from the whole lobster. But in the winter in Chicago, this is what I get my hands on. So what do? I take my sharp knife and I just crack the back. Okay, this is still raw. And instead of sticking it in boiling water like many people will, or they'll poach it sometimes in butter, what I do is I take whole leaves of lettuce and I actually blanket and wrap the entire lobster tail with this lettuce as such, a little cocoon, little coma cocoon. I stick it on a baking sheet, I stick it in the oven at 400 and I bake it for about 8 minutes. The moisture and the flavor infuses into the lobster. It is so delicious. So when it comes out, you pull that tail right out, it's still juicy, flavorful, and it still has its lobster flavor because you're not taking it out with the water. Great tip, super easy, very easy cleanup. So you're not getting any of that like, oh my God, I'm sticking a lobster in water. No, this is easy, so easy. And it's really difficult to overcook because it stays moist. It's like a little steam bath for it. Beautiful. So, okay, now dressing at a party. What do? I'm showing you 2 different designs. Let's go back to this, okay? I'm showing you something in, let's say your friends are walking around. I've always shown you martini glasses. This time I said, break out the Waterford. We can do it a different way. You can see the layered effect. It holds together. People can walk around. And dressing on a buffet, let people add their own. Now this is my little dressing I whipped up. It's just citrus, champagne vinegar, a little olive oil emulsion as you're whipping it, and just a little either low-fat yogurt. You can add a little cream, whatever you want to cream it a little bit. But basically it's a nice light dressing. That is beautiful. Now I'm gonna add it to this salad too because I've done the salad. It's the same salad done 2 ways, okay? What I wanna do is take a bite because you're gonna see that this is gonna make me smile and have good fortune, which is what I'm really trying to achieve on New Year's Eve. I wanna be happy eating. I wanna enjoy all the good flavors. Oh my God. All right, adding that little fennel with the lobster, it's like a little licoricey twist without it getting too crazy. And let me show you on my garnish right here that if you take the bulb, there's different parts to fennel. You take the bulb and you just sliver it, that's awesome. And then these little fronds, which are the greens, you can just kind of break them up for color. And that's licoricey too. So good. So we've got this variety. And those pomegranates are little seeds that kind of burst in your mouth with flavor. This is perfect if you're doing a dinner party. Beautiful, can be plated pretty far in advance because the dressing's on the side. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways you can use your imagination to get the whole fish going on. I have done this. First of all, taking the whole fish, I decided to go with a whole smoked fish on, not everybody has one, the ever so cool fish platter. Like, who has that? I don't know. I think I was gifted by somebody, one of my mom's friends or something. It's like an heirloom. I love it though. This is something you get your hands on and you hold on to that. So here we are breaking it out. And what I've done is I've taken the smoked fish, presented it head to tail. Now the whole concept is that fish are abundant, they feed people, and the word in Chinese for fish sounds just like abundance, the same word in Chinese for abundance. So that's where that whole fish comes in. And you want to keep the head and the tail on, and you want to have the whole fish at first because that means you're going to have a good year from start to finish. Cool. So cool. However, then I break it down because I really don't want to show my friends a big head with an eye and all that. I take it off the bone. I take the smoked fish, put it into the Cuisinart, and mix it with a little mayonnaise, fresh lemon, salt, and pepper. I swear to God, that's it, okay? It is so amazing. It's like beautiful. And you can add as much mayonnaise as you want. So some people love mayonnaise, some people don't. You decide. This then is served with a number of items. Now this is beautiful because I like to serve it with just like a simple basic cracker, but I am gonna show you. If you build it as such, okay, take it a little of the fish dip. I have even created, for decor, slice your cucumbers, make them look like scales, a little olive for the eye. Everybody can handle that. Lemon is essential with fish. Then I like some mild jalapenos, some cherry peppers, some simple pepperoncini, hot or spicy, you decide. Tomatoes always good, and then just like a little homemade hot sauce for me, you could just go buy whatever one you want. So I love to just dollop and add and have a little fun with it. And I love these little mugs. So like sometimes you're like, wow, what would I ever do with that? Well, this is what you would do with it. Cheers. So fun. If that's abundance, I vote yes, because that's really yummy. I'm telling you, these foods can be so delicious. Hi, and welcome back. I hope you're having as much fun with this as I am, because I love this episode. I really just love New Year's Eve. It's like new hope and new challenges, and then with all this good fortune food, 2017 is going to be an amazing year for all of us. And I am so happy to be on a journey with you through food and good fortune. How fun. So, all right, I'm kind of mixing and matching here. So let me kind of identify the foods that are of good fortune, and then I'll tell you why, and then I'll tell you how I created it. Okay, we're gonna start with the corn muffin. Okay, corn muffins are round, so they represent golden coins. So cool. If you add corn nuggets, it's even like golden nuggets in there. So I have, of course, added my corn nuggets to my corn muffin mix. I love it. Now you can serve these in both sizes, mini and large. Mini are always cute, depends. And this is a whipped, softened honey butter. Now, some recipes suggest that you serve honey butter like glazed on top of them when you take them out of the oven. But I strongly recommend, unless you're serving them straight to your guests out of the oven, it'll congeal on there. So on the side is best. And make it a nice consistency. Whip it with your blender or your hand mixer. And you're gonna get the consistency that you like that can serve up. Now, the next good fortune ingredient is pork, because the pig is, first of all, it's known to never move backwards, which is pretty cool. So there's a number of countries which it's very popular. So I'm going to name a few, which are Spain, Portugal, Germany. So that's a tradition in those countries. I'm sure several other countries, not a total historian on this. However, the fact that it never moves backwards and we don't want to move it back in our lives, I think that's really cool. So you're going to see a lot of pork. And then we've got the long noodle. A Chinese tradition, long noodles, you're supposed to kind of slurp them and not break them, because they're signifying a long life and you don't want to break it. So you can't really chew them, which I think is going to be really interesting for us to kind of eat together. How fun. I don't know, you get to observe me choking on camera. I don't know. Anyway, I have combined them because of deliciousness with pork and the leafy greens, which we know represent money. So yum and yummy. So all fun. So with the corn muffins, actually, I'm gonna start with these noodles because let's just kind of go for it. Now, like I said, I have sauteed these udon noodles, and they are long noodles. I did not break them. And I've sauteed them with a little teriyaki and some other nice Asian ingredients. You can use whatever you'd like. That's a little crazy. I don't know if I got the full satisfaction of a bite, so maybe I'll chew the rest, but at least I swallowed that one and got it down, so that was delicious. But now I'm gonna actually eat my pork, because this dish is so yummy. If you don't feel like doing a lot of dishes, I love these Chinese to-go containers, especially with long noodles. Let's say you have a couple of friends coming over and you don't want to be doing dishes all night. Serve them in these. They can walk around. If they're having a little too much fun with their champagne, then they're not going to break either. Super fun, super easy. Love it. Chopsticks are always fun, but a fork is just as good. Okay, so that is fun, and if you want to go spicy, go spicy. Offer it on the side though. Okay, so let's go with the corn muffin because this is something that's really cool. Like I said, you can just do the corn muffin with the corn, or what I've done is actually slice the corn muffin into a sandwich. So that's like the bread, and I've made a ham. Look at that, KTO Food Carnival pick from Pixar Us. So cute, they made them for me. So these are so cute. I've done a little pickled jalapeno in mild for people. But this, I'm just gonna kind of show you. Taking the pick out, the jalapeno is so cute, but I actually wanna show you how I've done this. So I did the honey butter mixture on top of here, warmed the ham a little bit. And the ham, I actually took a spiralized ham that is pre-cooked. I warmed it and then sliced it so it's a nice, good quality ham for everybody. Everybody loves this. I'm gonna put my pickled jalapeno right on there so I can have that pickled jalapeno bite because I like that with a corn muffin. And one of my secrets to my corn muffins is to add a little honey into the muffin mix. It's a sandwich too. And if you did decide to do just the ones with the dip, they can just go ahead and you can serve it literally. It's like almost like a sweet little cupcake. This is a good option too. I've got green leafy with my endive. I've got round figs. Now these are sun-dried figs, so they still have the good flavor of a fig. The only thing I'm going to share with you is that a fig does come with a little stem on the top, so you're going to have to trim that. What I've done with this though is kind of created it. I have a fig puree, I have a cream cheese and honey whip, and then I've got pork again in the form of prosciutto. So I've sliced my figs so that they're a nice bite size. And if you want to do this, this is just a nice little easy. You can just, voila, little dollop. This would be if you were building them in advance, and you'll see. Otherwise, you can just offer it as a tray and people can build their own. But this is a nice finger size. It's a figgy piggy. It's salty, it's sweet. It's like yummy in your mouth, really, literally. Now this is what I think is hilarious. Is anybody who's from a country that eats a lot of prosciutto or cured ham, there's a big debate of whether or not you leave that fat layer on because some people think it's flavor and some people think it's not. And I just say, hey, if you want to eat it, then you're just sitting there chewing the fat. That's like talking and chatting with your friends. If you want people to not touch their food so much, endive is an amazing vehicle. Once again, a leafy green money vegetable. So this is fun. Put a little whipped cream cheese, or I've done that fig puree. Depends on how much fig flavor you want. So these are both really fun. Endive's always pretty. People's hands don't get dirty if you're passing a tray. Lots and lots of fun. Okay, so more and more and more Fortune Bites. One of the most well-known ones, I think, for me, even growing up, was the black-eyed pea. A sign of abundance. Always a sign of abundance. It's found in nature, all that good stuff. But what does anybody do with a black-eyed pea? Well, you can buy them fresh in the store at this time of year, even at Jewel or one of your local grocery stores. They're really available, and they only take about 15 minutes. You boil the water, you let it reduce, and then there you have your nice softened black-eyed peas. What to do from there to make it delicious? Well, I like to mix mine with a little olive oil, garlic, lemon, and parsley, and keep it real simple and straightforward. It is so delicious. It really is. Now, one of the best ways to serve it, there's so many different ways you can serve it. You can serve it just to your guests, like take some and they put it on a little bread, or if you wanted to use a colorful vegetable, this is just purple cabbage, or your Chinese cabbage, which is bok choy, which is another leafy green. Always good to tie them in, mix them in. So fun, and then they can just kind of scoop. Serves as a spoon. So delicious. Otherwise, just a spoonful of good fortune. Little parsley on there, another sign of that green money. We love this one. It's bright and really earthy with those black-eyed peas. It's actually really, really enjoyable. And it's not like anything else we're serving, so that's a good one. I really enjoy it. All right, another one which seems to be a little bit more of a challenge. And this is where I'm going to show you my culinary creations, because I had to think a little bit about this one. In the Scandinavian and German traditions, you're supposed to eat herring at midnight. And the tradition behind that is that herring are silver, so they represent money, but they're also really plentiful in those countries. So it represents abundance and, once again, good fortune, abundance. We're seeing the same theme. However, most herring is pickled herring, and most people have an aversion to pickled herring, so it's just going to be honest. And even if they can eat it, eating it at midnight is a little risky, because I don't know what they've consumed before then, and I don't know if that's where their palate is going to go. So what did I do? I introduced bacon. Bacon takes over everything. Actually, what I've done here is given you some quick, easy solutions. If you go and buy not a creamed herring, a pickled herring in the store that's a nice, high-quality product that looks good to you, bring it home and rinse it off. I know that sounds crazy, but run it under water because it's a little too sweet. Now, if you take it, and I'm just going to show you, I'm going to hold up and slice it so you get most of the brown off, and it's just a delicate little small bite. This is perfect. Now, I marinated it for 24 hours in some olive oil, garlic, fresh herbs, and salt and pepper. And that's it. Just let that really good quality olive oil infuse into it. It's beautiful. And then separately, I took some sweet onion and a little champagne vinegar and just marinated that overnight. With an onion, if you add the vinegar and let it sit for a while, it pickles without heat or anything else. And that's a gorgeous way to kind of disguise but add that zesty acidity to the herring. So I've got a croustade that I've actually built up with a little bacon, crispy bacon. So I've done a cream cheese, whipped cream cheese as a base. I did some bacon bits. I'll show you on this one. Then the herring, pickled onion, and a little fresh herb. It is actually craveable. I'm gonna tell you, bacon makes everything taste good. And then all the other ingredients, including the herring, they blend together in such a way that you do want to eat this at midnight. In good luck and abundance you embrace. I really like herring, and I hope you do too, because that's a great way to eat it. This here is a skewer, and let me see if I can get one of these out. Okay, this is so fun. 12 grapes, one for each month of the year. And at midnight, you are supposed to eat one grape at a time. And if you get a sour grape, that's supposed to represent that you might have challenges in that month. How cool is that? So you could serve everybody, maybe not in this champagne glass, but you could. But like if you have those deep hollow stem champagne glasses, how cool. Serve those. Everybody gets a glass of champagne or sparkling water, whatever else you're drinking. And their good fortune grapes. You can have a little toast and all eat them together. That is super fun conversation. These grapes are really sweet. I'm having a great year. I know. Of course, I chose different types of grapes because the chances are is that I'm going to get a lot of sweet grapes. And I check the vines every time I buy grapes because that tells me if my grapes are fresh. Just a little side note. So these are fun, always colorful. You are not going to want to miss the KTO Food Carnival with me. We are going to be going on a great journey this year, 2017, with food and people And good fortune, what could be better? It's going to be our best year yet. So thanks for joining me in the Good Fortune Foods. As always, feel free to reach out and email me. And hopefully, we'll see you next week. Happy New Year 2017 from Katie O'Reilly at KTO's Food Carnival.